Get my package out of the way. Awesome. All right. We should be live. You guys should be able to see me. We should be live right now. All right. Oh no, what am I doing here? No, we don't want to update. Okay, I hope you guys can see me. Yeah. We also go by Diana, the metaphysical midwife. I'm thinking I'm having some internet connection problems, but I hope you guys can see me. Oh, yay. Awesome. Hey, Raven, I see you in the chat room. Hello, hello. Yay, I'm happy you guys to be with me. So again, this is day 29. We are on the day 29 for the power of prayer. Today we're talking about creative expression. This is just one of the most, I think, overlooked parts of spirituality as it pertains to being tapped in, right? Having your creative expression. One of my focus points is talking about ritual. I really love ritual, shadow work, going deeper into the inner realms of your soul or psyche. So that's an area where I really, really enjoy that. And when it comes to prayer or just a spiritual practice, it's all about lock us into a guide. It gives you guidelines, but there's not like these dogma set of rules that you have to do it this way. And that's why I really think you guys appreciate this series, Power Prayer, because I know I appreciated that it's not a dogmatic approach to prayer. It's not a dogmatic approach to connecting spiritually. It's more so a creative expression. It's to be creative about it. It is a love letter with life when you create a ritual and a practice through your spiritual journey. So talking about creative expression, one of was hey, I see you guys coming in. Hey, Queen. Hey, Queen. Hello. Hello, Yoni Love It Tea. Hello. One of the areas as far as creative expression to me that I forgot about that I had to be reminded in is drawing and painting. I absolutely adore drawing and painting. It's one of my favorite. It was one of my favorite pastimes growing up, and so I was like, you know what? Let's get tapped back into that and not losing that, because you lose those parts of ourselves that we forgot that we were really good at as we get older. Life happens. You start to put in your energy on other things, so you kind of forget or forgo your creative abilities. So tapping into your creative ability is a beautiful way to stay tapped in with your spiritual practice, because it's an outlet. Especially for all of us who, since I talk about shadow work a lot, going through doing your own shadow work, and yes, for me, it's creative writing. Okay, yes, that's a wonderful, another beautiful expression right there too, writing. So whether it's writing, singing, drawing, painting, playing an instrument, even the way you move storylines, is an important factor as it pertains to expressing yourself and expressing your spiritual practice. Because I'm a soul believer, anything we do inwardly will manifest outwardly. And I believe a lot of the greatest works of art came through people who were tapped in to their spiritual practice, whatever that may have been for them at the time. So that's something I'm excited about. So I just ordered me some art supplies. I'm kind of giddy right now, but I'm excited, actually. I'm real giddy about it. So I'm taking these with me on my trip and just going to have so much fun just painting and drawing and just getting back into that part of myself that was in flow. That's not, that doesn't have to be structured. That doesn't have to be on a routine, so to speak. Just the part of me that is free and expressive. This is beautiful. Thank you for sharing. Oh, Oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm so happy. I'm definitely happy. Going back to the areas of different episodes, whatever, has just really been an eye opener for me, because I'm the kind of person I have to go back on things. It's like, I'm like, dang, I said that. What? Okay, I was in flow. It speaks to me now. So I really enjoy that reflective time, and to remind myself, and of course to remind ourselves about what we're really good at and what we like to do, and not lose those parts of ourselves, because it's so easy to lose it. Gets skewed, because then we start to value, or where we put our time, our energy, our attention, our money to, is what gives value. Hey, I see you guys coming through. Good morning, Grind. Hello. So again, going back to our basics, getting back to the basics of ourselves, and going and building that back up and expressing it. So I'm excited that you guys are excited about that. And I charge you guys to do the same for yourself. Whatever it is that how you express yourself creatively, allow that to come about, and in truth. Okay. But anything you guys like to add to today? I know these lives been getting shorter and shorter. I feel like I can just really narrow the point. My focus is a lot more clear, and I can narrow where I want to go. But I definitely don't mind conversing with you all in the chat and whatnot. Because yes, I love the hearts. Thank you guys for sending me the hearts too. That lets me know you guys are in tune with me, and that we're on the same vibe. We vibing. We vibing. But yeah, okay, another thing, my sister, I told you guys she's going to school to be an esthetician, and a creative expression doesn't have to be limited to any of those arts we had mentioned prior. Like when I look at my sister's skill and her technique, and that goes back to being Virgo knowledge to fine tune whatever you're already in. And so I say all that while I was just really watching her taking her craft as she was putting together her products and the utensils, the tools, and everything, and then all her COVID, stuff that she was preparing herself for. It was just really, really wonderful to watch her. My little sister's my baby sister at that, blossom into her own, and really see her really be like, she's always been a very serious person, but like serious about her business, and like she really knows what she's talking about, and she lights up when she talks about these things. So I am so excited to see that, and that inspired me. Like, you know what? Let me get back light up on what it is that I truly love, and I charge that for everybody else to do the same thing. While we on this journey. Hey, her energy thrives. I see you coming in. Hello. We're talking about creative expression. And how that plays into our spiritual lives, as far as having outlets to express ourselves. Because life can get stuffy, and who got time for that? All day, every day, you have to laugh, you have to release. Comedy is a definite skill. I really, really admire comedian. I really, really appreciate wordplay. And how people use words to mean things. And yeah, so anyway, comedy is a really, really great creative expression outlet too. I don't know about y'all, but I love some comedy. Comedy gets me through. I'm a little more of a dry humor type person, but I definitely, again, I like cleverness. Any thoughts on police brutality or this election? My thoughts on police brutality, I don't think it's any different than it was 50 years ago. Is I believe now that we have social media and it's so accessible, it seems like it's more than what it is. But there's definitely a shifting in the tide as it pertains to how people want to have a civilization ran. I don't think people want to end civilization. I think people want better civilizations and better humans within the systems. But I think people got more power than they believe. Hey, Laura Nicole, hello. But for everybody else, I mean, I for someone like myself who was very anxiety prone, the best has fallen, and we got to watch this theater show play out. So try not to get. It's best to not get emotionally involved, and that's why I really wanted to press on the whole mental acumen and building up our mental ability and our focus, so that when situations like this, because it's going to get even more crazier, we're able to stay clear-minded throughout these events. creative work is alchemy. Booyah! Exactly. Creative work is definitely alchemy. And this is why this is the best time for creatives to really come out. When there's hell and hellish things happening outside the world is where you see an incubation of creative expression come together. You have people coming with ideas, technology, inventions, art. So while yes, it's an ugliness outside, this is where the inner realms are really stirring up to be birthed into some new expressions in the world. It's time for some new energies, and that's where we're at. So it's just a natural order of things. We in a natural ebb and flow. That's what it is. But yeah. Because I know, like, and my heart goes out to people who, if this year has been really rough, my heart definitely goes out to you guys. From what I've conversed with a few people, this 2020 has been a very good year for a lot of people, or one of their better years, I should say. And so with that being mine, just know the ebb, it always goes up and down. You can have your good year, you can have your bad year, but nothing is permanent. It's all based on our choices. And anything that's perceived to be bad is maybe really a setup for a blessing. It may not look like that in the moment, but it can really have been something that was eye-opening, or a lesson that you had to take in with you before you went further along in your journey, because something bigger and better or another level is bound to come up. So we don't want to get tripped up on the small devils on these levels, because with each new level comes a new devil. And but you know what? I was talking to one of my friends about this concept of new levels and new devils. And I was telling her, I said, you know what? The only type of devils I feel like being dealt with right now is what type of flooring am I choosing for my kitchen? That's the only type of devils I want to deal with. Getting my floor redone while living in my home. That is the only type of devilish activity I'm taking 2020 and beyond. Everything else I'm done with. But those are the type of devils I want to deal with. You know, those things you can deal with. They're inconveniences. And so I'm putting myself in a mindset now, and especially because of experience I've had. I had experiences that were hellish mentally, and coming on the other end of it is like, okay, I'm not dealing with those type of events anymore, or circumstances, or people. And so switching my mentality and making a new set of choices and having a clear focus and direction on what I want, it invites more of what I do want and less of what I want. And that was a process in its own, and still a process too. It's still a process. You're never fully arrived, but you're a lot further than where you used to be. Okay. So pat yourself on the back for that, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I ain't where I want to be, but I'm definitely wasn't where I was at. Okay. But yes. All right. But yay. Well, all right, guys. I love chit chatting with y'all. It really, I'm telling, like, coming on out here with you guys and sharing myself with you all, it's so personal to me. Like, my spiritual practice, and I want to say this for all you guys too, your spiritual practice is nobody's business but your own. Some of us are called to share our private spiritual practice outwardly. You know, not everybody's called to do that. But I'm not sure if I was called or I just put myself out here, but I definitely feel more of a calling to share my practice, and sharing that with you all has been nerve-wracking sometimes, because it's so sensitive, right? It's so sensitive and so personable that when you do share something, you do open it up for scrutiny, and you do open it up for people to come against you. But you also open yourself up for finding like members, you know, tribe members. You also open it up connecting with people who feel similar or who can add to your viewpoint. So it's no bad, it's no good. But for me, it has been a very coming out of my shell type of thing. And I'm not used to that. But it's funny because, like, with my close circle of friends, I'm very open, very like, hey, what's going on? Pow, pow, thank you, ma'am. But on the internet, I'm more reserved, or even with new people, I get reserved. Because you just don't know where people be at. You know what I'm saying? You got, discernment and growing and using discernment as to what to share. And Yeah, I'm so sorry, YouTube. I don't know why all of a sudden my internet is like waving out, but I think we're good here on Instagram. I think we're still rocking. For real, LOL. Okay, you feel me, Lauren? Okay. Oh, hey, Joe. I'm just seeing you in the chat, Joe. Hello, hello. Welcome in, Divine Tribe. We just talking about creativity and expressing ourselves and putting ourselves out there. But yeah, but this has been a wonderful journey for me. I've learned in 30 days a lot about myself, about how I want to show up for not just you all, but how I want to show up for myself. You know, showing up, and that is one of the I think interesting blocks that we can have sometimes is our ability to show up for ourselves. It's one thing when you're showing up for other people. Like, I don't know, put a one in the chat. This is you. Like, you can show up for other people. Like when somebody needs you to be there or need an ear to talk or whatever. It's like you could show up for that. Like you can do what needs to be done, group project or whatever it is, right? But then when it's time to direct that energy to yourself, or you can show up in a relationship. But now it's like, okay, it's time to direct energy for self. It's like we slack off on self, or we don't go as hard as we may for others the way we need to do for ourselves. And it's like shifting that focus from outward people or situations or circumstances, and then more focus on, okay, my interests and my desires and my path and my faith, my belief systems, and all that jazz. Okay, I see a one in the chat. Yes, I'm not alone. Okay, we in here. The only one in my life that's spiritual. See, okay, yeah, a lot of us are probably the only ones in our friendship circles, our family members, our social circles that embrace it's not even an alternative path, but you're not part of the cultural, societal, social, whatever. You're on your own thing. You're doing your own thing, and it's lonely. And you know what? I had to deal with this conversation. Me and my friends were having some heartfelt conversations this week, y'all. We were talking about this concept of being lonely, and I was like, you know what? It is so. Being on this spiritual journey is lonely, or I'll say this: it has its lonely phase. There's a lonely phase. And because I feel for me, I'm coming out of my lonely phase, because I have been in friendships, relationships, partnerships, and still felt alone. And I'm in a place in myself with like, okay, I'm truly alone, but I'm not alone because I'm lonely. I'm alone because I'm here to really learn and do what I need to do for me. And when you're on your path, that could be scary to branch out and be alone on your path. But it's like this: your path is yours. When you was born, on the day, time, place, all that, you did that on your own, unless you had a womb mate. But even when you came out first or you came out second, you still came out by yourself. And that is a snapshot of you. And recognizing that your story is just as much as important as somebody else's story. And not to write ourselves out because, I'm not Michael Jordan, or I'm not Tyra Banks, or whoever people that we have been presented with to be idolized as. If we don't live our life exactly like them, or family members, or, cultural or whatever patterns that we are introduced to in our formative years, if we don't live up to those standards, it's okay that you are choosing your own standard. And that's life. That's real. That's seed. When you put a seed in the ground, and right now I'm learning a lot about planting and harvesting, because I've been, since this last year, I've been learning a lot about planting and patience and tenderness and all that goes into planting. And when you put a seed in the ground, the seed's by itself, right? And it could be lonely in that darkness and in that cold, and it gets wet sometimes. And every now and then you feel this warmth, so you feel like you want to just stretch a little bit, but then it gets cold again. Then you're dark and you're lonely, and then some water comes in, and then you start feeling warmth. It's like a seed is just like that, and that's how our journey is. You have the moment when you're lonely, the lonely seed by itself, and you're going through the ebbs and flows of being alone in the darkness and having transformation, being watered and being nurtured and maybe feeling like you're still by yourself, but then you get to a point where you start to branch out and realize, like the flower, that your journey in its own right was beautiful. Oh my gosh, I feel emotional. I just felt that one just now. Like that's creative expression, going through your own darkness. And it's going to be lonely, but you're never alone. Never alone. I had to, when I look back in my life, I have never been alone, even when I was feeling lonely. So definitely embrace it. But you'll always start to attract the people that are going to be there along the journey with you. And for anybody who's in that lonely phase, because I'm only going to mention this with something I've done, is to recognize that people are not here to heal us. That's still our journey, our personal responsibility. But people can come in our lives to reflect back where we may need to put more attention in ourselves. So, yeah. So learn not to be the vampire in the relationship. Just that long story short. Like, oh, wait, I'm just loving light. What do you mean? I'm dragging you out. I'm draining. Oh my God. Neo in the Matrix. Yes. Okay, you feel me, Joe? It's true, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh. We don't want to be that one. We don't want to be we want to be the one to talk about the person who did us wrong. We don't want to be that person. Like, wait, I did what to who? You sure I did that to you? But yes. Well, oh goodness, y'all. This has been fun. Well, I look forward to getting with you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place. Tomorrow's gonna be different. We're really gonna be here to chit chat tomorrow. Tomorrow it's Freedom Friday. It's the last day of the Power of Prayer. Freedom Friday. We just gonna chit chat, chill, we can talk about anything. We're gonna talk about astrology. We're gonna go into numerology, guys. Some of my predictions for 2021. We could talk about relationships, friendships. We could talk about money, manifestation, ancestors, whatever you guys want. That's what Freedom Fridays is for. It's for us to get together and just chit chat and enjoy life and enjoy it bundly. She said facts. Okay, yes. Okay, we don't want to be that person. But definitely, guys. Well, thank you guys for rocking out with me. I can't wait to see you guys tomorrow. Same time, same place, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow, Friday, Freedom Friday. Let's chit chat and have a fun time. Well, alrighty, guys. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow. Y'all enjoy the rest of your day. I wish you all health, wealth, and abundance all the days of your life. And until next time, peace.